Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation. Our topic is welfare economics and the ethics of redistribution. Question: is social justice compatible with economic efficiency? And my name is Wu Yanhan, and my group member is Mao Ruijie. To answer this question, we need to consider about can we achieve both fairness and productivity? Welfare economics deal with how resources allocation affect well-being. Social justice focuses on fairness, equality, and protecting vulnerable groups. Economic efficiency aims to maximize total output with minimum waste. There is a common belief that promoting one may harm the other. And the goal of our presentation is to explore the relationship, conflicts, and possible harmony between those goals. Okay, what is welfare economics? Welfare economics is the branch of economics that evaluates the well-being of individuals and society as a whole. It focuses on how the allocation of resources affects social welfare. Key tools include consumer surplus and producer surplus, also Pareto efficiency, which is one no one can be made better off without making someone else worse off. And this is the timeline of welfare economics. It includes economists and their contribution. Okay, the overview of welfare economics. Welfare economics studies how resources and policies affect social welfare. There are some key stages. The first one is utilitarianism, refers to happiness maximization. And the author is Benson and Mill. And the next is Pareto efficiency, welfare improvement without harming others. And the new welfare economics, Cardinal-Hicks compensation test. And the modern approaches, social welfare function and capabilities, balance efficiency and equity in economic outcomes. There are two important figures in welfare economics. One is Pareto and the other is Pigou. Pareto work laid the foundation for the new welfare economics in the early 20th century. The most important work is Pareto efficiency. A situation is Pareto efficiency if no reallocation of resources can make someone better off without making someone else worse off. This becomes a central efficiency criteria in welfare economics. The early economics like Benson and Marshall assumed utility could be measured. However, Pareto argues that utility is ordinal and meaning individuals can rank preference, but utility cannot be measured in absolute terms. This strengthens the scientific basis of welfare economics. And there are some limitations to Pareto theory. Pareto does not address the equity and the fairness. An allocation can be Pareto efficiency, but still highly unequal. This led later economists to develop broader welfare criteria. Legacy in welfare economics. His efficiency criteria is still applied in policy evaluation, economics of market, and game theory. And the next important figure is Pigou. Pigou was a British economist best known for his work in welfare economics. Pigou defined economic welfare as a part of total welfare that can be measured in money, linked welfare to national income and its distribution. And Pigou introduced one concept is externality, like the positive and negative effect of production or consumption on other not reflected in the market price. For example, pollution, air pollution, it may harm others, so it's a negative production externality. And the education, it is positive. And Pigou also introduced tax and subsidies, suggest government intervention through tax on negative externality and subsidies for positive externality. For example, impose tax in cigarette and some subsidy on education. Those are now called Pigou tax subsidies, widely used in environmental and public policy. Okay, that's welcome, Mauritius.
Okay, so what is social justice? There are four main perspectives to supporting what is social justice. The first one is equity, to ensuring that all people have the same rights and opportunities. The second is equity, to recognize that some groups face systemic barriers and may need additional support to achieve fairness. And the third one is about human rights, to uphold fundamental rights such as education, healthcare, housing, and freedom from discrimination. And the last one is about inclusion, to create environments where diverse voices are heard and valued. So the next part is about redistribution ethics. There are two perspectives to agree these points. The first one is about rules justice as fairness, and the second one is about utilitarian perspective. And there are also two theory to against this opinion. The first one is Nozik's entitlement theory, and the second one is Hayek's spontaneous order. And this part is about conflict, efficiency, and equity. To efficiency perspective, free markets allocate resources most productively. It comes from Pareto efficiency. And they are also about growth focus, to prioritize efficiency, maximizes GDP and innovation. And this part is about equity perspective. The first one is about fair distribution, and the last one is about social stability. This part is for Weihan.
Okay, argument for compatibility, but are efficiency and justice always in conflict? Not necessarily. Redistribution can actually improve long-term efficiency. For example, investing in healthcare, education, and social safety nets helps poor people become more productive. It also reduces crime and increases social stability, both good for economic growth.
And this is about real-world examples. While social justice and economic efficiency can coexist, but only the balanced policies that avoid extreme trade-offs. The Nordic model and Germany's social market economy prove is possible, while failed experiments show the risks of imbalance.
So is social justice compatible with economic efficiency? Yes, if done wisely. Smart policies can reduce inequality without haunting growth. In fact, fairness can support efficiency by building a more productive, stable society. The key is to design redistribution in a way that protects incentive while promoting equal opportunity. Okay, this is the reference for our presentation. Thank you for listening.